Welcome back, college football fans, to the ultimate highlight reel and breakdown of the electrifying Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. What a game we had between the Michigan Wolverines and the Texas Longhorns. This was more than just a bowl game. It was a battle of wills, a clash of styles, and a perfect way to cap off an incredible season for both of these powerhouse programs. Both teams came into this matchup hungry for a statement win, and from the opening kickoff, you could feel the intensity buzzing in the stadium. Let's dive right into the action and relive every crucial moment of this unforgettable showdown. The game started with Michigan doing what Michigan does best, imposing their will. Their defense came out firing on all cylinders, looking to set a physical tone early. On their first series, they were swarming, stuffing the run and putting immediate pressure on the Texas quarterback. You could see their game plan was to control the line of scrimmage and force Texas into uncomfortable third and long situations. That discipline paid off almost immediately, forcing a quick 3-and-out and getting their offense on the field with great field position. The Wolverines' offense, known for its methodical ground-and-pound approach, took the field with a clear objective: control the clock and wear down that Texas defense. They established the run early, picking up consistent gains and moving the chains. It was classic Big Ten football, and for a moment, it looked like they were going to dictate the entire pace of the game. But if you thought Texas was just going to roll over, you were mistaken. The Longhorns' sideline never panicked. They knew they had the speed and the playmakers to strike back at any moment. After weathering that initial storm from Michigan, the Texas offense found its rhythm. They started spreading the field, using their athleticism on the perimeter to create mismatches. Their play calling became more aggressive, taking shots downfield and testing the Michigan secondary. It was a beautiful contrast in styles. Michigan's brute force against Texas's explosive speed. The Longhorns hit on a huge pass play that completely flipped the field and silenced the Michigan faithful. Just like that, Texas was deep in enemy territory, and you could feel the momentum starting to shift. This was the back-and-forth battle we were all hoping for. The first quarter ended in a chess match, with both teams trading blows and feeling each other out. But the second quarter is where things really started to heat up, especially in the red zone. Michigan drove the ball down the field again, using a mix of powerful runs and efficient short passes. They found themselves inside the Texas 20-yard line, and this is where the game's defining theme emerged: red zone battles. The Texas defense, which had been on its heels, suddenly stiffened up. Their backs were against the wall, but they made a stand. They stuffed a run on first down, forced an incompletion on second, and got a huge sack on third down, forcing Michigan to settle for a field goal. While Michigan got points on the board, you could tell it felt like a win for the Texas defense. Holding a team like Michigan to 3 points after a long drive is a massive momentum builder, and Texas immediately capitalized on that momentum. Their offense came back onto the field with renewed confidence. The quarterback, who had been under pressure early, started to look more comfortable. He delivered a strike on a crucial third down conversion, extending the drive and igniting the Longhorn supporters. This drive was all about Texas's speed. They used jet sweeps and screen passes to get their fastest players in space, and Michigan's defense struggled to keep up. A few plays later, they found themselves in the red zone, looking to answer Michigan's field goal with a touchdown. The play calling was brilliant, a perfect mix of run and pass that kept the Michigan defense guessing. They capped off the drive with a beautifully designed play that resulted in a touchdown, giving Texas their first lead of the game. The stadium erupted. The chess match was over, and a full-blown shootout was underway. As we moved into the second half, the intensity ramped up even more. Neither team was willing to give an inch. Michigan's coaching staff clearly made some halftime adjustments. They came out with a renewed focus on stopping the big play and getting their offense back to its dominant, clock-controlling identity. Their opening drive of the third quarter was a masterclass in execution. They went back to basics, running the ball right at the heart of the Texas defense. The offensive line started creating huge running lanes, and the running backs were punishing defenders, consistently falling forward for extra yardage. It was a statement drive, chewing up over 7 minutes of clock time. They converted 2 critical third downs, one with a tough run up the middle and another with a sharp pass over the middle. They capped off this punishing drive with a touchdown, reclaiming the lead and re-establishing their physical dominance. It was a clear message to Texas. We can play your game, but you have to play ours too. However, the Longhorns weren't fazed. This back-and-forth dynamic was the story of the game. Just when you thought one team had seized control, the other would fire right back. The Texas offense took the field, and their quarterback put on a clinic. He showed incredible poise in the pocket, stepping up to avoid the rush and delivering accurate passes downfield under duress. This is where his talent really shone through. He connected on another deep pass, putting Texas in scoring position almost instantly. The explosive play capability of this offense was truly something to behold. But once again, the red zone became a battleground. The Michigan defense, much like Texas did earlier, bent but didn't break. They made a massive stop on 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line, forcing Texas to kick a field goal. The lead was cut, but preventing a touchdown was a huge moral victory for the Michigan defense. The fourth quarter was everything you want in a bowl game. High drama, high stakes, and big-time players making big-time plays. With the game hanging in the balance, both quarterbacks were asked to win it for their teams. Michigan got the ball back with a slim lead, needing to put together a drive to ice the game. But this is where the tide turned for good. A costly turnover, a fumble on a crucial run, gave the ball right back to Texas in prime field position. You could hear a collective gasp from the Michigan side of the stadium. It was a devastating, momentum-shifting mistake at the worst possible time. This was the opening Texas had been waiting for. They didn't need to drive the length of the field. They were already in striking distance. Their offense took the field with a swagger, knowing that a touchdown would likely seal the victory. The Texas quarterback was surgical on this final, game-defining drive. He made the right reads, got the ball out of his hands quickly, and took what the defense gave him. He didn't force anything, playing with the maturity of a seasoned veteran. A short pass here, a quarterback scramble there, and suddenly Texas was knocking on the door of the end zone once again. With the game on the line, they went for it on 4th and short. The play call was gutsy, but the execution was perfect. They got the first down and a few plays later, punched it into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown. The Texas sideline exploded in celebration. There were only a couple of minutes left on the clock, and Michigan was left with one last chance. But the emotional toll of that late turnover and the ensuing touchdown was visible. The Texas defense, feeding off the energy of the crowd, came up with one final stop, sealing a truly memorable victory in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. What a phenomenal game from start to finish. It showcased the best of college football. Two distinct styles, incredible individual performances, and moments of high drama that had us all on the edge of our seats. Hats off to both Michigan and Texas for leaving it all on the field and giving us a bowl game for the ages. The execution in critical moments, especially in the fourth quarter, ultimately made the difference. This game was a testament to the talent, toughness, and pure excitement that makes this sport so special. Thank you so much for joining me for this recap. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another highlight. Let me know your biggest takeaway from the game in the comments below. Until next time, take care.